Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of November 13th. We're just going to jump right in here. You have this principle card and this practicality card. A lot of people have been getting the practicality card in general, so I would say clearly it's a time where us people should be just more practical or more straightforward. I'm not sure what it is yet, so we'll see what comes up. But we're going to do just a simple past, present, future outcome reading here. So that's what each row is going to represent. But you have the principle card as well. It's kind of just a card of sticking up for your principles, like whatever you believe to be true or, whatever is important to you. You have the Two of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Wands here. It's almost like the universe is asking you to take the lead on something. The Two of Wands, and look, here you go. You have a sudden wealth card, so I like that. But, what I will say is that the Two of Wands is kind of a card of leadership and taking the lead. He needs to take the lead to leave his comfort zone on the Two of Wands. So, he's standing where he's always been. He's got his village down here. And, his village kind of represents his comfort zone, but he could get out into the world and who knows what he will experience. Who knows what he will, what he will have. So, I feel for a lot of you that that's what this is saying, is that you need to get out into the world. You need to go take the lead on something or take control of something and make something happen. Two of Wands is like a card of needing to move on to something new as well. There's this wand back here that stands on its own, and he's reaching forward and grabbing that new wand in front of him. So the new wand just represents something new, and the old wand represents something that is complete. So it looks to me like you're kind of letting go of something that's like a stage in your life that is complete. Maybe there's a little bit of confusion with the Seven of Cups. So, I feel for some of you, you might be a little bit confused about like what direction to go in or where to get started. And, I kind of feel, I really don't think there's a good answer here. I wish I could say there is, but, I kind of feel that some of you, it's just about taking a step. The Seven of Cups is, the way I look at it is that he's thinking of all the good things and bad things that could happen if he, starts that business or gets into that relationship or, leaves that job and gets another one or, whatever. And he's looking at the good things and bad things, which is good to do. It's good to weigh up your options here. But he kind of just needs to find out, he just has to take the step, the leap, because he's never going to know what's going to happen until he takes the step or the leap. You have the Four of Wands here. Four of Wands, of course, can represent marriage. I do see a lot of love potential here in this reading for you. You have the Three of Cups, Ace of Cups. You have the Queen of Cups as well. The Queen of Cups would really tell me that you're kind of more focusing on yourself anyway, which, again, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that, that could be a good thing, of course. But with the Queen of Cups, focusing on your own happiness, focusing on your heart as well. And, again, I think that could be very good for you, like I said. The Four of Wands is also a card of freedom as well. And again, I think there's a major focus on freedom right now, mostly because Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus wants us to set ourselves free, plain and simple. Let's see here. What is going on for you? With the Two of Wands, you have the Tower. Crazy because Pisces had the Tower in exactly the same position. It's also coming up in your past, so I wouldn't really worry about it. But the Tower can just represent kind of like letting go of one thing and having so that you can have something else. We had that eclipse back in Libra in the middle of October, and that eclipse is all about letting go of one thing so that you can have something better. This is your past position, so I kind of feel like you're just moving past Tower moments. Now with the Seven of Cups, you have the Temperance card here. Yeah, Temperance is about kind of like turning, he's standing 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? He's 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land. And with that Seven of Cups, again, kind of focusing on the good and the bad. Temperance says life is what you make of it. So you have a choice whether to, have something that's good or bad. I always say with Temperance, you can turn a negative into a positive, or you can turn a positive into a negative. The choice is yours. And so Temperance wants you to focus on turning things around in your life. I also want you to ground something in reality. Again, there's normally a path behind him, and that's the path to glory. There's like a glowing crown in the background, and it wants you to get on that path so that you can, manifest something great. With the Four of Wands, you have the Six of Swords. Yep, moving on to calmer shores. I feel like you're just, kind of leaving all this in the past, whatever this was, this Tower. This could just be other people's junk, other people dragging you down, or a specific person dragging you down. But I kind of feel you're leaving those things behind, and you're just a little bit more focused on yourself with the Queen of Cups, for sure. Next, in your current general energies, you have this Time for a Nap card and the Truth Be Told card. I kind of feel like it's hard for the truth not to come out nowadays. So I don't know what else to say there. I think that there are going to be a lot of truths that come out, a lot of crazy stuff that we'll see over the next 20 years, I'm sure. So just is what it is. And, again, I think that it's best to focus on your own personal truth, what is true for you in your life, and, how can you bring more light into that situation, especially with the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is your card, but, she really focuses on her heart. She doesn't care what, anyone around her thinks. Her heart tells her to do something, and she does it. The time for a nap card, I feel, is just saying, if you need a nap, take a nap, right? Just that simple. You have the Page of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. The Page of Swords is a card of curiosity. What I would say here is I kind of feel he's saying, like, stop reliving the past, It's interesting. He's looking over at the Tower, and then it's interesting as well that you have the Queen of Swords looking at the Three of Cups. It's almost like this is saying to me that it's time for you to, maybe you are, it's almost like you're looking at why something in your life had to happen, and you keep reliving it. And I feel like this is saying it's time to change the story. And it's time to focus on happiness, joy, good things with the Three of Cups. You have the Nine of Pentacles here. Nine of Pentacles, is a card of independence. So I feel like you are very independent at this time, but I also feel it's about protecting your energy. She has six over here, and she has three over here. The card itself kind of says that she keeps enough for herself. So she's keeping 6 pentacles worth of, energy. It doesn't have to be pentacles like money. It could just be your energy, your time, your resources. And she is willing to give 3, which is, enough. But she's not giving so much that she is depleted. So the whole entire reading, I do feel, is asking you to be like a little bit selfish right now and to make sure to protect your energy, especially going this way to the Queen of Cups. And that's really all I would focus on if I were you. It looks like by doing that, you'll be, having sudden wealth. That sudden wealth card doesn't have to be money. Again, this could be, when you take care of yourself, you have more love to give. So you could have more abundance in that way, or any way, really, of abundance. You have the Four of Pentacles here, and the Four of Pentacles is a card of holding on to something too tightly. I think everybody is kind of doing this right now, and you have that Two of Wands. So there might be some old, ideas. There might be some old things in your life that you have to let go of so that you can move forward and so that you can expand. This is much more flexible energy going to the the Eight of Pentacles here. Four of Pentacles, he's just trying to hold on. The Eight of Pentacles, he's doing what he can with what he has, right? And I've been encouraging everyone right now to do what you can with what you got, right? That's all we can do ever in life. And, I kind of feel that Eight of Pentacles is saying, like, once you do that and you just focus on what you can do, that's when you find success. So let's see here, Cancer. With the Page of Swords, you have the Star, yes, and Pisces also had the Star, by the way. They had it right here. You have it right here. So I feel you are healing from a Tower moment. It could just be one of those weeks where, people are healing from Tower moments, or where people are kind of letting go of whatever. So, I don't know, just could be that, could be that time. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands. Yeah, like I said, I really do feel focus is super, super important for you this week. This could be a person, but I really feel, the King of Wands, he's very focused. And then you go to the Queen of Swords. She is also very focused. We'll talk about that in a minute. But he is a visionary. He sees his future. He knows what he needs to do for his future. He has the power of foresight as well. So I feel for a lot of you, you need to not only trust your intuition, but, if you think that doing something is going to bring you sudden wealth, I would just act on it, plain and simple, because I think you're correct. It's like clearly there's like some sort of sudden wealth or abundance coming in for you with that card. So love it. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Death card. For some reason, I thought you had the Death card twice, but the Death card is a card of transformation. And again, I feel you are transforming your finances around, obviously, of this card here. Again, I think I'm getting like a million things in this section. So, just understand that I feel, this could apply to you in any way. I have a million things popping into my head. You could be getting a new job. You could be getting a settlement for some of you, I'm getting. There could just be good news about your finances as well, because you have this message card and you have this sudden wealth card. So you could be receiving a message that you have been approved for a job, a loan, something like that. I also feel that if you're just focused, which I think some of you are, that the Eight of Pentacles is saying that you are going to be making, sorry, I didn't want to do that, but the Eight of Pentacles is saying that you will be making more money because you're focusing on the right things. Eight of Pentacles is a card of kind of apprenticeship, but he's really just working on one thing. He's head down, nose to the grindstone, just working on those pentacles there, and he's kind of mastering a craft. So, if you are in a position in your life where you feel you're mastering some sort of craft, then I feel like you are, is what this is saying. So if you have like a specific business, or if you're trying to get a specific career or something like that, it looks to me like you are finding a lot of success in doing that with this card, with the Eight of Pentacles. And so, again, I feel like there's a lot of success with the Eight of Pentacles coming in for you, especially if you're just working on one thing. I also, again, if someone owes you money, I'm getting, the Eight of Pentacles, I'll just say this, it is a card that represents material success on the horizon. So it can say that there's money that's owed to you, or there's money from the past that's coming in for you here, and I do feel that. You have the Queen of Cups, which says, follow your heart. She is very focused on that cup that she's holding there. And that cup kind of represents her heart, and that's exactly what she needs to focus on, is her heart. And that's what I would focus on if I were you, is your heart. What is your heart telling you to do? Because I feel like it's guiding you in the right direction. Doesn't matter what gender you are either. Queen of Cups is your card, and I would listen to this. I would also listen to your intuition as well. It's kind of funny because you go like this. You have this is your outcome over here. And these two wanted to come up together. You have the Page of Pentacles with the Four of Cups. It's almost like you are receiving a message, or you could be hearing some news with the Page of Pentacles of something that could make you very successful. The Four of Cups is like you saying, I've been there, done that. But, I would give something a chance. Like if you're skeptical of something, there's nothing wrong with being skeptical, of course, but, I would do your research or whatever. But, maybe you're getting a business idea and you're just like, you've tried it before and you're like, I'm a little skeptical. Same thing with a job. Maybe you could potentially get a job, but it's only a potential, right? So I'm kind of getting this like more skeptical, and I hope that makes sense with this card. Same thing, this could be a love offer as well, and you're just like a little bit skeptical. I feel the Queen of Swords is very similar. She has her sword up, but her hand out. So she's kind of willing to receive, but she's a little bit, she's cautiously optimistic. She's willing to accept something into her life, love, or whatever, but she's kind of like a little bit unsure, and maybe that's where you are with this energy. And I feel like this is saying that's fine, but she has clouds only halfway up her body, so it kind of represents the fact that she finally sees things clearly for the first time. So I kind of feel here that you are seeing things clearly and you know what to do, and I would just do it. Don't be too skeptical, right? Let's see, and I would open up to getting help from people as well. Three of Cups is a card of community, and it says there could be people in your community who will help you. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Ace of Swords. Definitely a victory coming in for you here, or this could be good news as well. Ace of Swords can definitely be good news. The other thing I would say is that Ace of Swords is a laser-like focus. It is about being super focused on, doing things in one way, making one thing happen. And so I think laser-like focus would be really good for you with that Ace of Swords. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Strength card. I feel like you've been very patient. You've been, again, kind of like Eight of Pentacles and the Strength card I look at as very similar. Eight of Pentacles, I look at as a card that can represent personal development, and same thing with the Strength card. But the Strength card, she is normally getting a lion to submit to her on the Strength card, and it kind of represents the fact that, it basically says that she is working on her inner voice, her inner demons, her inner critic. And that's what the lion represents. Its tail is between its legs. So I feel like you've been doing a lot of work on yourself. It's almost like this reading is saying you are being given the green light to sudden wealth, But I don't think, is it sudden wealth? I would say no, because I feel this is something that you've been working towards for a long time. And again, it doesn't have to be money. Maybe you've been working on yourself so that you can find love. Maybe you've been working on yourself so that you can find money or whatever. And I feel it's finally paying off. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Nine of Swords, the Queen of Cups. Again, I was getting a little bit of fear here. I literally said this right here, that you are fearing repeating a cycle. I was saying that you've seen this before, whatever this is, but it's different this time. I do feel it's different this time. You might be, so again, if you're getting an opportunity and your first instinct is to be skeptical, again, there's nothing wrong with that. I would do your research, right? Whatever it is, of course. But again, I think that's also kind of like a clue that it's a thing you should do. Maybe you're skeptical of a new person. And like I said, there's no reason to rush into it. There's no reason to not look into it and do your research. I want to stress that. But, I think this is a good thing coming in for you. Next in the outcome, you have this motivator card. It says, motivate yourself to better your finances. They need rescuing. I think you're fine financially. I think your finances are improving. It says, balance being kind to yourself and being your own boot camp leader. You have this card that says, the sacrifices you make today will be worth it. Ace of Swords, which you have, can represent making a sacrifice. Again, I kind of feel this is like that eclipse we had in Libra in the middle of October. I just think that a lot of people, have made sacrifices or are making sacrifices, letting go of things that no longer serve them. You have the Three of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups together. The Three of Cups, of course, is a card of celebration. It's also a card of community and teamwork. So anything you can do to work together with other people, I think would be a great idea with the Three of Cups. I think that there could be a lot of growth and abundance coming in for you with the Three of Cups as well. I'm getting growth and abundance. They're celebrating a harvest. You can see this pumpkin right here, and there's kind of like more back here. So they're kind of like it's like a harvest. It's like a harvest festival that they're having, right? And that's what I feel is happening for you, is like you could really be celebrating some abundance. You have this Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing and, kind of like being very happy. You know what's really interesting? I just had like a hermit crab flash into my head. But what I feel like this is saying, the whole entire reading is saying that, some of you might be getting uncomfortable, like a hermit crab. It grows, it gets uncomfortable in a shell, and then it has to go find a new shell. It's weird. That is weird. I've never had a message like that. That just like pops, like flashes before my eyes like that. But that's almost what I'm getting here, is I feel like some of you are in a hermit crab situation where it's like you've been in a shell that's too small, and now the universe is trying to get you to step into that shell that's a little bit bigger. I hope that makes sense. There you go. That was crazy. You have this Page of Pentacles and this Four of Cups. Like I said, I feel like you're being presented with something that you've seen before, but it is different. I can't get away from that message from popping into my head here. So again, you might be getting like a person messaging you for love. Like I feel there are some similarities maybe to what you've been through, but I also feel like if you trust the evidence and you allow this person to, I don't think anyone owes us anything, so I don't think people have to prove themselves to us. It's like either they do or they don't, and it's just that simple. So, people always say to me, they're like, I'm going to make this person prove it. I'm like, well, what if they don't? It's like, you can't make anyone do anything, right? So I'm like, either they do or they don't. I wouldn't even focus on it, right? I think what this is saying is it's like saying, take your time, especially if you're meeting a person, give them time to prove themselves. But again, don't make them prove themselves, because that's a recipe for disaster, I'm convinced. But again, I kind of feel like they will anyway. So, I feel like this is a good person. This could also be, again, no stinking thinking here, because I feel like you could be being presented with an offer financially, and this is saying that it's a good offer. So, don't like think, oh, I'm not going to get this job, or this isn't going to work out for me. I think it is. With the Three of Cups, you have the Queen of Swords. Again, yes, I would focus on building support around yourself as well. So, if you're, getting together with a new person, or if you're meeting someone new, I would, there could be some community support here. Same thing if you're like building a business or launching a project. I feel there are people who are right in your life that can help you. So allow those people to help you. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness. I always say that we're in a time of resourcefulness. So I would be as resourceful as possible. Make as much money as you possibly can, but also like don't spend money. I would try to be smart with your finances and, all that other good stuff. And if you can do things without money, even better, right? With the Four of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, you have the Magician here. The Magician is like a new beginning, and the Magician can represent a lot of stuff, manifesting, all this other stuff. But for what I'm getting for you is that you're manifesting something you wanted here, and it is like a new beginning. So I really like where this is going. Again, I feel like it is kind of like sudden wealth coming in for you here. Are you kidding? You have this wealth card coming up, so there you go. You have the Seahorse that says family matters. I'm telling you right now, if you need support, family might be a good place to go with that Three Cups. Could be people that aren't family that you consider family as well. So, I think people really want to support you at this time. You have this hat card that says you will be playing a different role. Yes, I definitely was getting something about like raise, promotion, new job. If you're doing any of that, really, really good. I am cheating a little bit. What I will say is that your opposite sign Capricorn always gets stuff about this, about kind of getting that next level up position and having it be very beneficial. So, kind of makes sense. You have this wealth card. So clearly there could be some unexpected wealth coming in for you. I feel like this is why it's coming in for you. You have this Caterpillar card. It says things will not always be this way. A change is coming. I would say a change for the better. And it's coming from you understanding like abundance. But I feel like you understand abundance from a Nine of Pentacles perspective now. I feel like maybe before this you didn't. And so the Nine of Pentacles perspective is that she is, this is not an amount right here, right? This is like a percentage. She is always fulfilling herself first. So this amount that she can give actually always gets bigger because she's coming from a place of I need to heal myself and be the best version of myself first, and then I can give, right? And so because she's doing that, she always has more to give. And that amount right here is actually always growing. And I feel like you have had some sort of understanding about this. You have this lightning card that says control your anger or you will be sorry. Yep, I would ignore the haters, and I think it's a good time to ignore the haters and all that other good stuff. But this is a really good reading. I like this. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.